feel so much better. Let me tell you, first, I hope you're doing good. You already know what we do. But today was like, I gotta fast in general because I have been eating bad. I get that. But, so I'm broke, right? Until Thursday or Friday, which is like 3 days from now. Until I get paid. And I might not even be able to get food then because that's a check and I gotta see how I can cash it in a 30-minute period on my lunch break, right? So I gotta hurry up, go to the bank, cash it, get some food, hopefully. If not, I gotta wait till after work. Or actually, no, I can't even. No, I can cash it and then eat after work. If I can't cash it, I have to wait till Saturday, and I would have to wait to eat at home Friday night, like I've been doing. Basically, I'm broke. I can't eat. You know what I'm saying? I can't eat at work. I'm fucking hungry. So I'm basically looking at it as that I'm fasting, and it helps. It helps to ignore being hungry. Just telling yourself we're just fasting. You know what I mean? And it's trippy, bro. It starts to feel like a high of its own when you don't eat, because your body's going into like ketosis or whatever the fuck it's called. And then I looked it up, and it's just like it gives you more dopamine because you are resetting your body, and you know what I mean. And like cleansing yourself, everything's resetting, and I started to feel more dopamine-y, just more like, and then you get more serotonin. It's trippy, like when you don't have like food going in your vessel, especially so much of it, like you feel different. And that's why the mystics and gurus and all that talk about fasting, because it does get you in an altered state of consciousness. It helps, right? Fucking shout out Moon, always trying to be in the vlog. It's fine. But that's why it's recommended when you do go to a ceremony, right, where ayahuasca, you know what I mean, you plan to take some LSD, you plan to do some shrooms, whatever. It's good to fast before eat light, at least if you have to, but because when we eat so shitty, the vessel is in need of a cleanse. But when you don't cleanse it and you take these medicines, they cleanse it for you real quick, and then you'll throw up, you'll get nauseous. You know what I mean? But if you do what you should do beforehand, and what it would tell you to do, then it's really just like you wouldn't really, during the come up, it wouldn't be so much of a purge, you know what I mean? You would, it wouldn't even feel as nauseating, and you probably wouldn't even throw up, just stay hydrated. But that's why shamans and mystics and guru, all these people, you know what I mean? They fast when they're going to do these ceremonies because it is beneficial to the vessel. And it really do put you in an altered state of consciousness because, like, damn, it's trippy, right? Because it's not you that needs to eat, rather it's your vessel, right? You as a spirit, as a consciousnness, you don't eat, you're not eating in the higher realms, beyond formless. It's the body that needs to eat. That's why I always say, so you don't get overweight. It's eat to live, not live to eat. And I used to be chubby, and I would tell myself that every day, and it helped. Because it's true, because sometimes we use food to numb our emotions or whatever, like the dopamine. And so at that point, we're living to eat, and it's like, no, bro, we eat to live, Don't get it twisted. But anyways, this isn't even the point of the video. I just wanted to talk about it real quick, because why not? But it's funny, because I ate finally, and now I feel really good, as you could tell. I'm ready to do these videos, and I could have done it had I not have eaten, But I don't know, man. Sometimes it's good to eat. It's good to eat. Just manage what you eat, right? Nothing too shitty, nothing too heavy, and nothing too processed. It's hard to do that, though, especially when we're on a budget. I know. I'm no saint, I'm just saying. But now this video is about being in a flow state and just not overthinking and analyzing shit. Because if you overthink and overanalyze, that's me. I do that still sometimes. And so I catch myself, and then I meditate, I breathe, I pause, you know what I mean? Detach from thought. I told this to my friend. I forgot exactly what it was, but he told me recently, he appreciates that I said this. It was like someone who overthinks. Oh, I think that's what it was. I said overthinking could lead to something. I think it's like mismanifestation. But Alan Watts said one time, a person who thinks all the time has nothing to think Accept thoughts. Bro, there was also this one thing where Alan Watts said it. He said, a person who thinks all the time has nothing to think about except thoughts. Also, hope you're doing good, brother. You already know you gotta check up on the homies. Anyways, but he appreciated it. So it leads to anxiety, manifestations that you don't want, and just it delays you from doing what you need to do or want to do because from overthinking. But I've come to see that overthinking is ungrounded energy. It's unregulated nervous system. It's unregulated chakra flow. So when you breathe and you meditate, and you bring the awareness to your heart chakra and your third eye, and you just, detaching from thought. The stronger your awareness, the stronger you are connected to the stillness, to the point of it all, right? The point of where everything is connected at this one time. And when you're just, then you can see the path that you could take if you were to do this and this and this. And then you don't got to overthink it so much, overanalyze it. You just do it. And believe in yourself, because I overthink, I overthink a lot. But it's all part of a learning thing, because that's what I do. I bring the awareness to my breath, to be here in this present. Because we're wasting so much time being anywhere else but now. Why be anywhere else but now? You're trying to create the reality you want, then there's only one place to be to do that. It's here, in the now. Isn't that right, buddy? Yeah. Hold on, I actually want some POV footage. Check it. It's so great. Isn't it great? Just like the lightage and shit. Come on, Bucky. But nah, dude, you guys, the biggest shift in energy doesn't come from overthinking every detail of what you do. It comes from literally realizing the energy underneath what you do. Underneath it all, beneath the surface. Because most people believe that if they analyze and they control their interactions enough, then they're going to get the results that they want. And that's the ego always trying to control. When you let go of the need to control, you're allowing for maybe the higher you to flow through, right? The higher mind, the guidance that we all have, that we block because of the need for it to be a certain way. Hold on, Buster. This is good lighting. Real quick. I need to get my point across. Make sure there's no ants. Alright. Hold on, Marley. It's just the ego wanting to control. Shout out the moon. And I'll keep them in the frame. Fuck it. And it's like, what happens when you try to control, these interactions or overanalyze to get the results you want? What happens if you keep doing that? You're just gonna cut yourself off from the vibration of presence. You're delaying, I guess you could say, the inevitable, because it's for you, right? All this, whatever your purpose is, it was written in the stars. You just gotta believe in yourself hard enough to just never stop. You know what I mean? There's no point, really. All it is now. So it's just like, why are you gonna stop? You know what I mean? Go. It's green. Fucking shit. There was a car just chilling right here. I'm like, yeah, I'm vlogging. And then the light was green, unless he was on his phone, but the light was green and he wasn't going. I'm like, anyways, so just know that overthinking is just a subtle form of control. The belief really is, if I can think this through enough, then I'll create the outcome I want. But that's just the ego, again, trying to control it, But the truth is, in the present moment already, The present moment already carries the alignment you are looking for. The one that's really for you, though, right? Your soul, not for your ego. When you try to control it, you step out of the flow. You're bringing yourself out of the present moment. That's not fun. If you're out of the present moment and you're not in flow and you're not in sync. That's why the less you think, the more connected you are to the now. And the more flowy you'll be because you're not thinking so much. You're not like lost in the wind and shit. And you're kind of just like, you took your power back, you know? It's great. It's great. Like, when you just don't care anymore, you are so free and so liberating. So the real transformation really begins when you surrender, when you stop analyzing and you start allowing things to just be and happen. And when you breathe into the moment, you feel your energy, and then you let the now guide you, because you're putting less resistance because you're not thinking so much. That's where synchronicities can emerge. That's where the magic can happen. That's where life feels effortless. That's where you're in the more of the flow state. That's when you step into your true power, because you're not controlling anymore. You're just flowing. So really, here's the invitation, I would say. Here's stop overthinking so much. Like, it's hard. I know it's easier said than done sometimes, but stop overthinking about what to say, about what to do, about how to act. Instead, drop into your body, into your awareness, into your presence, and into your flow. And the more you do this state, the more you embody this state, then really, the more your energy is going to shift naturally. Because again, you're in the flow, less resistance. And the universe is only going to respond in ways that you couldn't have planned, than the ways that the ego couldn't have planned, right? It's because magic doesn't live in control. It doesn't live in the ego. It lives in the flow, damn it. Drops the mic. Thanks for waiting patient, man. He's all sitting down and shit. Trust me, man. I was trying so hard to control the outcome, too. I needed this specific girl. I needed this specific this and that. I needed the followers, you know? That's the ego. And when you do all, I need this, I need that, blah, 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 you're not going to have fun with this present moment, because the ego is in control. But that's not the real you. Control. No. It's like you have power of your reality to control your life or to change your reality, right? But too much of it is bad, right? It is balance. 50% namaste, 50% fuck off. Sometimes you just gotta tell the bad thoughts and the overthinking, the analyzing thoughts to fuck off. You know what I'm saying? You know what you want to do. You see the vision. Now you just gotta do it. Now you just gotta put the actions in. Now you gotta align the thoughts, align the emotions, align everything. You know, do everything that you need to do that puts you in that version of you and that already exists in the now. And when you let go of the need for things to happen a specific way, you surrender, like I said, and you allow for the higher you, the universe of guidance to flow through, to bring you things that are actually for you. And you're going to be more surprised you're going to be surprised. You're going to be like, bro, what the fuck? Damn, this is better than what I wanted. You know what I mean? Because like, if you're constantly insisting that no, it has to be this way, then you're subconsciously saying that I'm not happy if it isn't this way. You're just literally robbing yourself of your own peace and happiness. And in a way, you are self-abandoning yourself, because you're not allowing yourself to be here in the present moment and just have fun with it. You're letting the ego control and be like, no, it has to be this way. It has to be this way, otherwise I'm not happy. No. Grab that ego by the throat and fucking slap the motherfucker, alright? Meditate and breathe. The real you is the observer. The real you is the breath, right? The awareness. Not the thoughts. You're the one looking at it all. So you don't have to let these thoughts take a hold of you. No, you're in control. And a great way to do that, to get back in control, is meditating, yeah. You know what I mean? Take a jog, take a skate, whatever, anything that can connect you to your breath. Because when you are connected to your breath, you're connected to the flow. Because the more you're breathing and less thinking, the more flowy you are and present. I saw this somewhere. He said it so perfectly. But he said, do you think Kevin Durant and all these, football, basketball players, whatever the fuck, you know what I mean? Are they thinking? No, they're not thinking. They're just sitting there in flow, doing what they love, and they're bouncing that ball. They're boom, you know what I mean? There's no thought, just flow. That's how you do it. Less thinking, more flowy, more doing. And it's easier to get in a flow state when you are more present, when you are doing what you love to do, you know, or do something that gives you dopamine. Like for me, I'm practicing how to type better, faster, right? And I noticed that by doing so, I'm getting in a flow state because you're doing something that is good for you. You're doing something that is helping your muscle memory, whatever, giving you dopamine. But the real good dopamine, not dopamine that you get from like caffeine or some shit, right? Which is why I'm talking fast, because I was tired. Sorry, but you know what I mean? You just... Or, you know, honestly though, sometimes I do talk fast without caffeine. It's not even... Because this goes back to the flow state. If you're more present and you're more aware to the present and you're not necessarily thinking so much, you could get your thoughts quicker out through speech faster. Hence talking fast and really quick. Because you have a lot of energy. Obviously you gotta ground that energy, but which is breathing. By breathing. Yeah. So outside, do something that gives you that good dopamine, you know? Even sometimes I notice playing video games, not too much, they get you in a flow state, right? Because you're just like focused, you're present, and you're in the flow, you're in the now. So do something that'll bring you your awareness to the now, and you'll feel the flow intuitively. It's like, whoa, I feel connected. And then utilize that energy to put it towards making music, your business, whatever. Just utilize that flow state to put it towards chasing your vision, your dream, you know, to put it towards being the highest version of you, whatever you're trying to manifest, right? I put that energy towards these videos, for example. So now I'm going to put this energy towards music. And for guys, a good way to utilize this flow energy is to save your semen, really. Like, if you have a partner, go ahead, release that shit, you know what I mean? But if you're just going to fat, it's just so draining. You're going to be tired. You're going to be more disconnected from your body. So it's going to be harder to access that flow state. And flow state is really a higher consciousness too. So in order to access a higher consciousness flow state, you do have to really preserve energy. You have to breathe. And just do what you love. I love you guys. That's really it for this one. Yeah. Just stop overthinking. When you do, it's just going to be easier. And just it's kind of like switching from thinking to just watching. Just watch your experience. Even when I'm driving, I'm not thinking. I'm just watching. Listening to music, watching this. It's like I'm playing a video game. I'm watching the screen. I'm driving. I'm playing the game of life. That's literally my perspective and how I just not think. I just observe. I literally just be. You're just watching your human experience in front of you. It's that simple. I'm telling you. But our mind tries to overcomplicate and overthink things. Again, back to overthinking. So it's taking you away for the present moment. When this whole present moment was just an experience. And just watch it. Even Ram Dass said something like this. He said, you could say that you are looking, I am watching, or some shit like that. So just look, and have fun. Namaste Liddy, guys. I'm gonna get that shirt soon that says Namaste Liddy. And when I do, I'm gonna show you. It's gonna be cool. I'm gonna wear it during my videos, you know? It'll be fucking sick. I can't wait. Alright, see ya. Love you.